Yo, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Andre. Today, we're on the third iteration of the four-part series, The Dominant A. In the last video, we looked at how it affected with present and future tense verbs. In this video, we're going to look at how the dominant A operates in its native form, how it treats units of measure, and specifies destinations. Coming up after this. Welcome back to the channel where we teach the language of Jamaica and do our part to preserve the Jamaican culture. We're going to use everything you learned in the last lesson to continue the Dominant A series in three ways. We're going to look at how it operates natively, how we use it in place of off when it comes to unit of measure, and how we use it for specified destinations we either headed to or where we're there. More for also adding little mini lessons that we are going to use to enhance your patois. So without further ado, we are going to get into the video. The first thing we're going to look at is when the dominant A shows up in its native form. No difference here. Same in English as it is in Patwah. A man is a man, a woman is a woman. Bear in mind, sometimes we swap it out for wa, to designate single items as we had touched on in a prior lesson, but it pretty much functions the same as in English. More to touch on something we do in Patwah with words that contain TTLE and TLE. We actually swap them for KKLE or KLE. So a word me say a lot, little, in Jamaican Patois would be lickle. Bottle would be buckle. Subtitles would be subtitle. So from here on out, you're going to hear the TTLE and TLE being replaced by KKLE and KLE. For example, I have a car I want to sell for little and nothing. I have the title feet, so it's going to be an easy transaction. But we start the car and make it truckle for the buyer so them can hear it. I have a quart bottle of oil I can give them with the sale. The second thing we are going to look at with the dominant A is when it comes to quantities and units of measure. It usually stands in for the word off. Let me show you what I mean. A bottle of water would be a bottle of water. Time of day would be time of day. Taxi is full of people would be taxi full of people. They are full of crap would be them full of crap. The third thing we are going to look at with the dominant A is when we use it to designate specifically where we are or something is or is going to be. Then it replaces at, in, or to. Pay attention to this. This is important. How we communicate where we are or are going to be would be midday plus a plus wherever you are at. For example, we there at school. Me there at work. Them there at the concert. Him there at him mother house. This also works with I go there for going to be. For example, tomorrow morning, we are go there at school. Me I go there at work. Them I go there at the concert. Him I go there at him mother house. Now, this is how the dominant A stands in for in regarding your location. We there at Jamaica for the week. We are in Jamaica for the week. Me live in New York. I live in New York. Him work on the grill. He works in the grill. This also could be at the grill. Now, in Jamaican Patois, we use an English phrase to ask where exactly. And it works in most applications. And that phrase is which part. It can also be used as it is natively in English, but you will hear it used usually to ask where exactly. She live in Florida. Which part? Fort Lauderdale. But I want you to put the grocery inside for me. Which part? On the table. Now finally, this is how the dominant A steps in for to specify a future destination. Me I go at Kingston tomorrow. I am going to Kingston tomorrow. We are go at England for the summer. We are going to England for the summer. Them are go at the resort for the week. They are going to the resort for the week. I hope you're still with me. So before we wrap up, make we use everything we covered so far and continue with story with the couple who are vacationing in Jamaica. May I enjoy myself at the resort so far. Everything I got good. But I want to also see what Jamaica have outside of the resort. Yeah, man, me agree. We can either take one local taxi or call a friend we met at the airport. Call him to see if him free tomorrow, and maybe we can charter him for the day. I heard about a place in St. Elizabeth that is one of the best places to get fish named Liko Ochi. I want to try that. The resort workers told me about a place named Middle Quarters that have the island best shrimp. And them said we are going to drive to Holland Bamboo if we are going to both places. I could call him and see if him can bring me tomorrow. Yes, my friend. Yeah, man. We want to go a little Ochi and Middle Quarters tomorrow. We want to buy a couple of fish and go get a couple bags of shrimp and go see Holland Bamboo. You available? Yeah, man. Just let me know what time you want me for the day, and we will come pick you up. All right. We'll be ready about 8 o'clock. We are going to be at the front of the resort and wait on you. All right, cool. But we'll call you when we're there on the way. Look more. All right. We're there at the end of the video. We're going to use everything we learn in the lessons going forward like we usually do. I hope you follow along and it'll make more sense to you. We have one more video in the series to complete the dominant A, and that lesson I got tied all together. Watch the lessons a couple times to cement everything before we move on, because this series is one of the most important. But until next time, as always, take it easy.